Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. Welcome to your reading for September 12th through the 18th. We're going to pull the 9-card spread and take a look at the energy for this week and how to best make your way through it. Looks like we're in for a tough ride here, so let's just see what happens. I will pull cards for each of the moons as they move through here. We actually have the moon moving through Cancer, from Aries all the way to Cancer this week, but I'm just going to cover through Gemini because Cancer is at the end of the week, and we'll cover that on the next week one. I'm a little concerned because the key to the situation here is helping you to get out of this feeling of being orphaned. And so definitely there is going to be a need to do a little counting of the blessings. There's an opportunity for you to mend a situation. I think it's a mending in the heart space. It may be that you're mending something with family members. It may be that you're mending with family and friends or with a significant other. But this feels very much like it could actually be you taking the time. This almost feels like your higher self sitting with you while you are staring out and counting the stars or watching the clouds or something. There is a definite melancholy energy here. I think you've been wondering when it was going to be your turn. When are things supposed to fall into place for me? I thought things were falling into place for me, and here I am. I seem to be back at that same place where things don't fall into place for me, and it feels really unfair to you. It's very much the sense of, I thought I had things worked out, and things didn't go to plan. And that's tough energy. That is really tough energy. So for some reason, this week, it feels very difficult. We do have Mercury in retrograde now. And so Mercury in retrograde can bring up and bring back and help us to revisit issues that need to be brought to the surface to be healed. People from our past will actually reach out and connect with us, and it could be that somebody does that and it triggers something for you that's very uncomfortable. There is some really great advice here from Spirit, so we're going to get into that, but I just want to acknowledge that the way you feel, you have every right to feel the way you do, and don't allow people to say, oh, you're not supposed to feel bad, or you should just get over it. Or I had somebody once tell me, that happened when you were a kid, you should just move on from it and get over it. But there was no closure, there was no apology, there was no understanding of what set the situation up the way it was, and they're very cavalier, almost callous way of looking at it, like you should just be over something that never was allowed to fully heal. Was unfair. And I feel like there's some kind of a situation for you, because that's the energy I'm getting here. There's some kind of a situation where it was never allowed to fully heal. And so it keeps coming back. Spirit keeps bringing it back to you in new ways to allow you to try to learn the lesson. And the lesson is always, by the way, self-love. If you can love yourself, then what other people do loses its power. When you believe in yourself, what other people believe about you loses its power. When you trust in yourself and you trust in the divine, what other people say and do just really seriously loses its power. It becomes none of your business. It's their issue they got to solve. Because here in the obstacle to overcome, you have this really lonely, never-ending story card. So when the fact that both of these cards would come out in the same reading, Spirit's saying you are never alone. Oh, wow. Okay, and I see where this... Okay, so you are not alone. First off, you're wondering, why does this happen in the area of where the anxiety is? It's the card of the fates. And so it's like, why do I always end up here? How does this always happen? And the area to transform your life is in the area of soulmates. And I want to talk about a soulmate here for a moment so that you can be really clear and understand what it is the Spirit's trying to say. We have all kinds of soulmates, and some of them come into our life and they're our best friends and we thoroughly enjoy them, and some of them come in and they're the love of our life and it's a wonderful experience, and sometimes they come in and they're the ones that trigger us, that push us, that make us have to grow. family members are often soulmates. That's some really triggering, fertile ground for triggering arena there. Relationships, intimate partnerships, sometimes they show up as bosses. They're all your soulmates. They're all, you've traveled this lifetime, this path together on another lifetimes, and sometimes you're the good guy and sometimes you're the bad guy. And so it's really important to, I think, view this as an opportunity for learning and growth for both of you. You don't have to help them learn anything out of it. That's their job. The same way as just because they're triggering you doesn't mean they're here to explain it to you. Sometimes we have to explain it to ourselves. You're being asked to look and see where in your life are things out of balance. Where are you not receiving the energy that you put out? Are you somebody that gives a lot and doesn't receive back? And that could be the lesson, is you creating an atmosphere in which the give and take is balanced. Because how the action step to take that you have here is you have the card of exchanging gifts. This is very much feels like the Six of Pentacles to me, which very much feels like Virgo season, moving into Libra season, which is what we have moving on here. And so this is a rebalancing of the energy you put out is the energy you receive back. If you're not receiving back an appropriate amount of energy, of course, when you give to your kids when they're small, they can't, of course, give back at that point in time, right? That doesn't work like that. So it's an appropriate exchange of gifts, of your time and your energy. But it's always important that you fill up your cup first and then you give from your filled up space. It's not beneficial for you to deplete yourself completely by giving and giving to someone who doesn't give back. That becomes a codependent relationship. That becomes unhealthy for you. That becomes something in which your body will react to the stress and strain in different ways. You might be tired, you might be anxious, you might be stressed out, you might be short-tempered, you might actually have a physical ailment that comes out of it. And so you're being asked to assess a situation, and are you receiving back what you put into it, or are you doing all the work? Because here in the area of abundance, and abundance is in resources. So resources are time, it's energy, it's love, it's money. You have the All That Glitters card. And the All That Glitters card asks you to assess whether you are receiving back authentically what you think you are. All that glitters is not gold. And so there's a discernment process, especially here where you would be thinking about this. This is a discernment process. And so pick and choose where to put your resources so that they come back to you in a very balanced way, where you find people who give and take in a very balanced way. It's really important, because if you could keep in your heart space, the outgoing cards for this week are really lovely. You have the Blessed card, and in the heart space, this is asking you to remember to count your blessings, to fill up yourself, and to know you are not alone. And you are definitely not alone, because you have the card of a leg up. And when I see this, that is spirit that is going to carry you forward. And so it looks like you're going through a very difficult time. And it might be a really good opportunity for you to take some time to connect in with your higher self, to try to see things from a different vantage point of what was the lesson that you were supposed to learn. And just because you can forgive somebody and not have a relationship with them. I'm going to say that again. You can forgive someone and not have a relationship with them. Because if they haven't learned and they haven't grown and there's still this person that's a disruptor in your life, then you should honor yourself and move past that. But you forgive them because you know that they were here to trigger that level of growth in you, where you understand that you don't have to spend time with disruptors or energy vampires or people that take and never give back. You have the card of the gift again. Okay, so you have exchanging gifts and you have the gift. So the moon in in Aries is on Monday. So Sunday, Monday, you're going to be watching this probably on Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, the moon is in Aries. And this is definitely energy of going with the flow. I got to say, if you're watching this on Sunday and you didn't see last week, there's some really nice grounded energy that goes with this. We have a nice trine energy between the sun and Uranus. And so sudden shakeups and changes could be happening. And it could be this nice flow of energy where you're like, wait a minute. I don't like that anymore, and I want more balance in my life, and I'm going to create this energy here. And so she's holding the umbrella for the goose, but okay, it's a swan. So again, it's this opportunity. Boy, they're both, okay, this one, the box is open, and this one, the box is not. And so at the beginning of the week, look around and see where the gifts are that you are receiving. And the receptive energy is through the transformation here of the swan, right? The swan is the ugly duckling into this energy. And all this red here, that is about root chakra. That is feeling safe and secure in the place that you are. This is being able to rely on and know what you have going on in your life. But here it becomes the pink. And it's open. And this is heart chakra energy. And this could be romantic. Definitely could with the soulmate energy here. But it has to be a relationship in which you are getting back what you put in, whether it is, again, with a sibling, a parent, a child, a boss, a coworker, or a significant other. There should be a reciprocity. You cannot just be pouring yourself out for other people. That is not, in the long term, healthy for you. It's not a good idea. And you have here the no rain today, which is interesting because here she's carrying an umbrella, and here she's dressed like a swan, for goodness sake. No rain today. Go with the flow, choose joy, choose happiness. No rain today. I'm going to count my blessings. I'm not going to sit in this energy. I'm going to look for the sunshine in my life, and I'm going to focus on that. And then the moon is going to be in Taurus. It's going to be in Taurus on Wednesday and Thursday and into Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it has this really practical, down-to-earth, get things done kind of energy. But we have a grand earth trine between the moon and Pluto and the sun on Thursday, and that is very creative energy that we can truly work with. And you have the moose. You have the moose. This is tuning into your higher self. This is a hefty animal, though, right? They are solid and they're wise because they use their intuition. It takes time. You learn your lessons. So it says, let your head and your mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. This is where, in the heart space, that's where the blessings are. The blessings of the conversation that you're having with your higher self. Your higher self is asking you to tune in. Go for a nice long walk if you can. The more you're out in nature, and just don't wear your headphones. Just listen. What do you see? Today I stepped outside of a door to put some stuff down, and I heard this noise, and I looked, and I'm like, there's a bumblebee here somewhere, and he was huge, and he like flew right up almost to me, hung around for a moment, and then took off. And so for me, the bumblebee was bringing a message. So look for stuff like that, and then you go on the internet and you type in spiritual meaning of. And then you get, what does the messages that come through, how do they resonate with you, and which ones seem appropriate. So the moon is going to be in the Gemini to Thursday evening through Saturday. There is a T-square on Saturday making that. This energy of the moon in Gemini, I have to tell you, you really need to pay attention to what people are saying. There's a lot of exaggeration, maybe on purpose, maybe just, not, but don't believe everything you hear. Really do your own research. Watch out for the crabby pants people that we have. So you have embraced the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Flexibility. And it's a grouse. They're very grounded. They spend a lot of time on the ground. This is flexibility. This is a willingness to shift and change. This is, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you always have gotten, right? That's the way that goes. And so, and And also there's this practical problem solving though, but it's kind of out of the box thinking. And so it's doing things in a different way to solve the problem. So being flexible and staying in your highest energy here should allow you to navigate this week. But again, don't let what other people think you should be doing dictate that. You take care of you. Know that you're not alone. Forgive yourself and others for mistakes, and they're not really mistakes, they're growing and learning opportunities. And then I think as you settle into your heart space and start listening to your heart, I think you navigate this week really well. I am going to do an overview video at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. If you want to come and join me, it's a live premiere, so there's chat. So there's live chat, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the chat there. The chat disappears when it's over, so what we say there stays there. I'd love to see you here. And I'm on Facebook every day where I really follow the energy of the day, and you can learn a lot more about what's going on for each day. You guys take really good care of yourselves, and I really mean that. There is a need to rebalance your energy and to know that Spirit's got your back, because Spirit literally is your higher self. And so have your own back. Know that you have your own back, and call on the higher aspects of yourself to get things into alignment with yourself. All right? You guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.